And that should be go in here. Oh my god. I have the engine still on. It's a tiny bit, but oh, okay.
Lie down on the floor and keep calm.
Hello my dear viewers and welcome back at the new KSP2 video from Supernovae Productions channel. Last episode we successfully landed Bob and Valentina on the moon. But after restarting the game our moon base has sunken into the moon's core. And Bob and Val were ejected into space with a velocity of more than 3 kilometers per second. So, for the moment, I have no further update on the moon colony. With the Kraken still smashing my space exploration plans, I now decided I will try for single episode missions instead. Till we reach the point, the game will be stable enough to start creating a continuous development story. For this episode, I will take you on a trip to Kerbin's second moon, Minmus. We are aiming for a particular landing spot, as scientists found some interesting thing through their telescopes and asked for a mission to check it out. So let's get into the VAB and build a spacecraft capable of carrying all the way to Minmus and set us down on its surface. Okay, welcome to the vehicle assembly building. Well, I'm gonna start with a medium tuna lander can, and I'm gonna put the cupola observatory module on top of it, so they have a nice view when they have landed. Well, continuing with a small fuel tank, as this is gonna be our lander on the top of the rocket, of course. And under it I'm placing the puddle engine, a double engine that would make or help us to make the landing on Minmus surface. So, well, we have then the medium stage 2 separator, as below that point our second stage will end. Well, putting in a ladder, so our Kerbals are able to climb out the vehicle. And of course testing is nothing is obstructed. Then we're gonna place the RCS thrusters, so we can make, we are able to maneuver this landing stage in every possible direction we would like to have it. And yeah, of course some landing legs to make a soft touchdown. And then it's time to place a battery, and I decided to break up the vehicle here and put it just under the crew cabin, and then put back the fuel tank with the landing lens under it again. Then a second stage fuel tank. And when we have done that, we're gonna equip that with the mainsail engine. Of course, another medium first stage separator is included, and then we're gonna make some first stage fuel tanks. When that's out of the way, we're gonna build now the boosters. It's gonna be liquid boosters, so we're gonna place 2 times 4 radial decouplers. So when the boosters are fully depleted, we can decouple them from the rocket. So for the boosters, I will use 4 times small liquid fuel tanks. And we work all our way down to the bottom of the center core. So it's gonna take another 2 or 3 full tanks. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely is gonna take another 2. At least we will have fuel enough to reach Minmus, that's one thing for sure. So, and then we're gonna equip that with a swivel engine for all the 4 of the boosters. Okay, well, some nose cone on the boosters for the dynamics. We need some power, so I'm gonna add 2 solar panels to the lander, so they can keep themselves equipped with electricity. And then I place 4 stability fins on the bottom of the rocket, and please do that as you're gonna need that to stabilize the rocket on its flight into orbit. Then liquid fuel lines from the boosters to the center core tank. So they should fill them up, and of course then we're gonna stabilize everything with a lot of struts, or as we like to call it, space tape. So here in the middle some space tape, and that should keep everything steady together and should minimize the wobbling. Then the long range antenna, so they can communicate after landing and during their flight. And some extra RCS thrusters on the rocket. And there we go! And okay, it seems we have ourselves here a multi-million-dollar smoke machine. So, no. We have to go back. This is not going anywhere. Okay, back in the vehicle assembly building. To solve this weight versus thrust issue, I will replace the boosters into medium-sized boosters. Taking out the swivel engines and replace those with 5 more powerful main sail engines on the bottom of the 4 boosters and also the central core. I have to make them wider as those engines are also medium-sized. This time placing them a lot lower on the rocket than the previous boosters, so they don't need to be 5 tall sections high. That way it will save us a lot of weight, and with the more powerful main sail engines, this should solve our problem. So yeah, we're reconnecting the fuel lines to the center core and all the space tape for a less wobbly flight. I also added 6 mini thrusters on each booster as a trick to help the boosters separate and bring them in a safe distance from the vehicle. So it prevents any chance of flying into them and create numerous explosions or the destroying of your vehicle. And well, with checking the stage sequence as last thing to do, we are ready to go again. Okay, welcome back to the launch pad, and let's see if we can light this candle and get it this time from the ground. Okay, let's see what it will bring us. Oh yeah, it's moving already. This is looking great. We have enough thrust, we have enough fuel, and we have a lack on frames per second, but okay. We knew that. Oh, this is terrible. I see 1 second is taking at least 3 seconds in real time. So in about a couple of minutes of seconds I'm gonna speed up this footage to about 6 times its original speed, because otherwise it's gonna take you a long time to sit through this lounge. So here we are, speeding up and making our way to orbit, leaning to the east. So going directly to the east, that's the most best way to point out on the equatorial plane. So we are going to be on the same height line as Minmus. Okay, and there we go again. Boosters, separation, come on. Yeah, that looks great. You see the little thrusters working and doing their job. So, throttle up, full. Okay, and let's go to stable orbit. On the apoapsis we are already a little bit on the high side. On the periapsis we are still not in orbit. And let's see if we can make this a nice smooth and steady orbit. Well, now the frame rate is a little bit better, not too much better. It still takes 1 second in game time, is 2 seconds in real time. And there we have it. We are in orbit. So, let's check. Apoapsis 119 kilometers and periapsis 75. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, setting your maneuver node to Minmus. So first thing we're gonna do is check if we are not having an unscheduled encounter with the other moon of the system. The one we have been in the last episode, so we have been there. We are now aiming for his neighbor, and that one is a little bit farther out. But so far so good, no moon collisions. So now checking if we can catch up with its orbit and have an encounter with Minmus. Oh yeah, we had one there. Yeah, that's something. A little bit small, but it's an encounter. Let's see if we can make it a little bit bigger. To be honest, I don't like the maneuver node at this point. It's a little bit jumpy, and sometimes it's not very trustful what it's showing. So, but to be honest, I'm not very skilled to make moon encounters without the maneuver node. It's helping you a lot to easily find an encounter spot, but yeah, to be honest, everything else I'm doing manually at this moment, and just on the visuals. So we are now having a start or burn to intercept Minmus, and that's gonna take some while. And there we go, and yep, there we are. And here I used the warp speed, the time warp, to get us in the influence bubble of Minmus. You see here the bubble around Minmus, that is his gravitational influence sphere. If you enter that bubble, you're in its gravity influence. Only thing for us to do then is try to slow down our velocity so it will capture us in a nice orbit around this moon. And there we have it. We are in the influence sphere of Minmus. So this mission is about finding something interesting on Minmus that the astronomers of Kerbal have seen through their telescopes. And they have found something small, shiny, and it like to give some bluish light. So this mission is about to check out that spot to find out what is located there. So now we are in a perfect orbit around Minmus, and the next thing we need to do is to make a better and more lower orbit, so we can start routing our landing approach to the surface and to that particular crater we are looking for. So important is not to go too low, otherwise you will smash into some mountains or something that will be in your way in your orbit. So yeah, be careful. I always recommend to keep above 10 kilometers, and you should be fine. So now we're gonna work down the apoapsis as well. And then it's time to prepare for vehicle separation. And that should be go in here. Oh my god. I have the engine still on. It's a tiny bit, but oh, okay, that went well, Phew! No need for an autosave here. So, wondering where that that rocket stage will end up with its engine on, but... Okay, it's time to pick our crater and to aim for a landing zone. And we are looking for that particular crater that's now still in the daylight. Not for long anymore, but at least long enough to make a landing. That should about do it, I think, for the first approach, and later we will correct it when we come closer and make it so we have a very close touchdown to the place we're looking for. I will start the engines now for the maneuver node. And with this burn I will exactly end up at the landing spot I am aiming for now. So with this maneuver node completed, I can delete it. And we're going for the decoupling of the lander. Yeah, decouple. Whoa! Wow, that was quite harsh. Okay. Well, checking out if everything is still functioning. That thing exploded. Well, okay, everything's still working, so we are continuing our approach, and look at what we see there. I see something blue, and I can see it shining. So the scientists were right. It looks like something in a ring with something in the middle. Well, this is kind of an Easter egg. So let's check that out and try to land as close as possible to it. So making now some corrections manual, just on the visuals. And here I start my landing burn. Taking out my velocity as much as possible to make a straight line down. And set it down on the ground perfectly flat. It's a moon with very less gravity, so it's very hard to not overburn or something to while you're landing. And if it's on a slope, it's hard to keep your vehicle standing up on landing. Most of the time it tumbles over here. So while we do this approach, I can tell you about some other things we are doing on Supernovae Productions channel. Last week we uploaded some vlogs of theme park related trips. We're making vlogs with Coaster Iris and Supernovae Junior of various visits to theme parks around Europe we are doing. And last week we have uploaded our Walibi Belgium vlog and our Legendia Park vlog from Poland. So if you like to check that out, well, you're very welcome. We have a lot of other stuff here going on Supernovae Productions. So coming close now to an approach. and a landing, and there is some kind of shadow going on here. Is this a bug? Looks like it is. Okay. Is this temporarily or... Oh no. This is gonna be a hard place to land if it's this dark. Ah, it's pitch black. It's you can't see anything. So I can only land now on my altitude meter. Oh wow. Well, if I keep it under 10 meters per second, it should be okay, but I can't see where I put it, if I put it on any leveled landscape or on a slope or... Okay, there we have a stone, it looks like, okay. No, already tumbled over. Okay, we're gliding. Down slope, I think so. Okay, it stops. Okay, well, let me try to get it straight up again. And with some RCS maneuvers and thrusters, I look like it's... Yeah, stabilizing. That's great. Just what we need. Now we can release some carbon on the surface of Minmus. Extending the ladder. It looks beautiful. Some guy there in the middle with his hand stretching out. And a crown with a diamond. Ah, nah. We are already tumbling over. I just only put my Kerbal outside. Ah, never mind. We have to go exploring. Yep, Jebediah, it's your turn. It's up to you. Jetpack activated, and here we go. Wow. Yeah, it's an Easter egg, but it's an Easter egg that is trying to tell you something. And we kind of have to figure out what it represents. And, well, okay, just observe. We have one guy in the middle, big guy, with a crown and a diamond on its head, and it's stretching out his hands. And we have 6 squares in a circle around it. So, okay. We have Kerbal and 6 other planets. So could this be Kerbal, the center, and the 6 other planets around it that it should be representing? Or, as we also have the stellar for the future, are we talking about a system of 7 worlds with one central star and 6 around it, That would be great if there is a system of 6 in the future. That gives you some choice to explore. But I think in the first thought I will go with my first thought, and I think it represents something like the Kerbal system. The 7 bodies that they're in, maybe Kerbal in the middle, and the 6 planets, the other planets around it. What do you think? Just leave it in the comments. I know there are more Easter eggs found on the moon and Juna and somewhere else. I don't remember exactly which moon or planet it was, but shh, these Kerbals are not that far to know yet. For now, Valentina, Jebediah and Bill will camp out in their lander, now becoming the first compartment of Minmus City. So stay tuned for the next space adventure of KSP2 on Supernovae Productions channel. Thank you for watching all through the end of this video. Please like, subscribe or leave a comment to this video. Have a great day!